You are exhausted because you are at war with reality. You are fighting a battle that cannot be won against an enemy that does not truly exist. You are chasing the flawless image, the perfect project, the ideal version of your own life, and it is draining the very marrow from your bones. The modern world has sold you a lie wrapped in high-definition filters and curated timelines. It tells you that if you just work a little harder, edit a little longer, and hide your messy edges, you will finally reach a state of arrival. A state where nothing hurts, nothing is out of place, and you are finally immune to judgment. But this pursuit is not a noble quest. It is a slow, quiet poison. Think about the last time you posted a photo, or submitted a project, or even just looked in the mirror. You scanned immediately for the defect. You ignored the 99% of the image that was beautiful and focused with laser precision on the 1% that was out of alignment. You are living in a psychological state of perpetual deficit. The concept here is the illusion of the finished, pristine product. Physically, it feels as though you are trapped in a house made of brittle, paper-thin ice. You are constantly running from room to room with a bucket of freezing water, frantically trying to patch the microscopic cracks before the entire structure shatters. Psychologically, your brain's reward system has been entirely hijacked. Dopamine is not a molecule of reward. It is a molecule of anticipation. When you chase an impossible standard of perfection, the finish line is a mirage that constantly recedes into the horizon. You are left in a state of severe dopamine depletion, running on an endless treadmill of social validation, wondering why the view never changes and why your legs feel so incredibly heavy. This obsession with the flawless does not just live on your screens. It bleeds into every corner of your daily existence, poisoning the well of your actual life. Let us look at your work. You sit at your desk, bathed in the harsh blue light of your monitor. The cursor blinks at the end of a sentence. You delete it. You rewrite it. You change a comma to a semicolon. You draft an email 7 times because you are terrified of sounding foolish or incompetent. You are paralyzed by over-editing. Physically, it feels like trying to carve a majestic statue out of dry sand while the tide is violently rushing in. You build it up, and the water washes it away, leaving you with nothing but wet, heavy hands. Biologically, you are inducing severe cognitive overload. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive function and decision-making, is being exhausted by trivial micro-decisions. Your nervous system is mistakenly treating a simple email draft as a matter of absolute tribal survival. You are burning vital glucose and flooding your system with stress hormones over a punctuation mark. Then, there are your relationships. You sit across from someone you supposedly care about, yet you are not truly there. You are managing your image. You are carefully selecting your words, hiding your anxieties, and presenting a curated, unbothered persona. You're terrified of letting them see the messy, unresolved reality of your inner life. This is the burden of the curated self. It feels like attending a beautiful dinner party while wearing a suffocating, heavy iron mask. You cannot taste the food. You cannot feel the warmth of the room. You can only feel the cold, crushing weight of the metal on your face. Psychologically, this stems from an insecure attachment drive and the primal fear of social exclusion. Your brain equates social rejection with physical death. The anterior cingulate cortex registers the fear of judgment exactly as it registers a physical burn. So you present a flawless, impenetrable surface to avoid the sting. But in doing so, you ensure that you are never truly seen, and therefore never truly loved. And the most painful arena is your own internal monologue. You lie in bed at 3 a.m, staring at the shadows on the ceiling. Your mind plays a highlight reel of every awkward encounter, every failed attempt, every moment you fell short of the impossible ideal. You tell yourself you are lazy, that you are falling behind, that you are not ready to start living until you are somehow fixed. This is the tyranny of the unlived ideal self. It feels like a phantom judge standing at the foot of your bed, banging a gavel made of lead against the inside of your own skull. It is a deafening, inescapable rhythm of condemnation. On a biological level, you are triggering a chronic cortisol cascade. Your brain cannot distinguish between the physical threat of a predator in the room and the psychological threat of your own punishing thoughts. You are marinating your internal organs in stress hormones, breaking down your own immune system, simply because your day was ordinary and flawed. You must stop trying to polish the stone until it turns to dust. There is another way to live, a way that does not require you to be a flawless machine. In 16th century Japan, there was a renowned tea master named Sen no Rikyu. He asked his son to clean the garden path leading to the tea house. His son worked for hours. He swept up every twig, scrubbed the stepping stones, and plucked every stray blade of grass until the garden was mathematically, flawlessly clean. He presented his work to his father. Rikyu looked at the sterile, perfect garden. Then he walked up to a cherry tree and gently shook a branch. A few golden, brown, and crimson leaves drifted down, landing randomly on the pristine green moss. "There," Rikyu said. "Now it is beautiful." This is the essence of Wabi-Sabi. It is a philosophy built on three profound truths. Nothing lasts, nothing is finished, and nothing is perfect. It is the active, intentional practice of finding immense beauty in the old, the worn, the asymmetrical, and the incomplete. It is the absolute rejection of the sterile plastic reality we are sold today. Imagine two tables. Look at a cheap flat-pack table from a modern warehouse. It is made of engineered plastic and polyurethane. It is mathematically symmetrical. It repels water. It repels stains. It is entirely resistant to the environment. But when it scratches, it does not gain character. It simply breaks. It looks cheap and it is thrown into a landfill. It has no history. It repels life. Now imagine a thick, heavy oak table that has been in a home for 50 years. It is deeply scarred. It has a long, dark gouge down the center from a knife that slipped a decade ago. It has the faded, circular ring of a hot coffee mug from a morning where a father sat and worried about his child. The wood is uneven. It has absorbed the oil from thousands of hands. It is stained. It is flawed. It is magnificent. The wood breathes. It holds the memory of the people who sat around it. It is beautiful precisely because it bears the evidence of living. Your mind and body are craving the wooden table. Our brains evolved in the wild, chaotic beauty of nature. We are wired to recognize organic patterns, the rough, uneven bark of an ancient pine tree, the jagged, asymmetrical edge of a mountain ridge. When we spend our days staring at hyper-filtered, ring-lit, airbrushed realities, our brains enter the uncanny valley. Subconsciously, your amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, fires a silent alarm. It recognizes that the perfect, poreless skin and the flawless, sunlit room are a forgery. It knows it is a lie. This is why spending an hour consuming perfect lives leaves you feeling strangely hollow, drained, and deeply anxious. Your brain is starving for authentic texture in a world suffocating in smooth, synthetic plastic. You are exhausted because you are trying to turn yourself into plastic when you were born to be wood. You cannot simply think your way out of this trap. You must act against it. You must prove to your nervous system that it is safe to be flawed. Today, you are going to do one ridiculously simple thing. You are going to create something or share something that is entirely raw. Take a photograph of your desk exactly as it is right now, with the empty coffee cup, the tangled wires, and the scattered papers. Or take a photo of your face right now with the tired eyes and the unstyled hair. Do not adjust the lighting. Do not use a filter. Do not clean up the background. Post it. Send it to a friend, or simply write down a rough, unedited thought and publish it without reading it a second time. Let the messy reality exist in the open air. Let the rust show. As your finger hovers over the button to send or share this raw piece of yourself, your heart will begin to race. Your chest will tighten. Your inner critic will scream at you. It will tell you that this is careless. It will warn you that people will judge you, that they will think less of you, that you are exposing yourself to ridicule. Listen to that voice. Acknowledge the fear. Understand that this is not a premonition of disaster. It is merely a biological echo. It is your ancient brain terrified of being cast out of the tribe for showing weakness. It is a false alarm. Let the alarm ring in your ears. Breathe into the discomfort, and then press send anyway. There is a profound, quiet relief waiting for you on the other side of perfection. It is the relief of surrender. When you finally drop the heavy iron chains of the flawless ideal, you realize how much energy you wasted carrying them. You are allowed to be a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. You are allowed to have scratches, stains, and unfinished edges. The texture is what makes you real. The rust is what proves you have weathered the storm. Stop fighting the natural decay and growth of your own life. Step out of the sterile plastic gallery and walk into the messy, breathing, asymmetrical forest. Stay unrushed.